Hey, yeah, this is Christy following my ADHD journey through weight loss and sticking to other routines, even though I've got all sorts of excuses not to. So, just a little update. Doing well. Everything's going fine. Scale said like 154.5 today, so we're well on our way. Except I got sick. So, I've got like just like congestion or something. I got like my little humidifier running, and I've got my little tea sipping, and I was like 7 points under yesterday. But you have to remember, this all started as a study of people who were like naturally thin and just kind of trying to follow their habits some way that was like more mechanical, so that it doesn't turn into something that, like, if it's up to my intuition is going to steer me off somewhere I don't want to go. So it's sort of just like a little training bracelet for that. And at first I was given a lot of hard time by the AI models, but even they've bent and said, you know what, your system seems to be working, and it seems to be working well, and it seems to be proving the results that you're looking for, because I've lost like 11 pounds in 3 weeks, which is actually not too fast, and goes along with lots and lots of other great weight loss methods. Only I can just tell you right now, the food noise is almost invisible. All of my priorities it's so easy to fill macros because I'm generally so hungry when I'm not. And then because I'm on a cut, I'm just not worried about that 1 day a week, maybe 2 days a week if I go under points, especially if I'm sick. I took a nap. It was like either that or like after I woke up from my nap, we had steak tacos, like those flap steaks, those really good fatty pieces of meat that when you cut, it kind of like makes these little tiny short shreds of meat, so it's like really tender. So we had like those steak tacos with like sour cream and cheese and all sorts of good stuff on it last night, and I was just full. You know what I mean? Like after everything, being sick and just taking a nap, and I just had all these extra points, and I just was like, again, a thin person that I know wouldn't freak out about that. They would just be like, I haven't been able to eat anything all day, and they'd go on the next day as normal. And when I think about it, when I was bigger, you know, in the 240 pounds and stuff, that was more where, you know, I was eating a certain amount of calories, and every once in a while I would take a bump, and every time I would take a bump, you know, and I was like steadily increasing, you know, and I would try to burn calories by exercising extra, but then it would take a slide, you know, because I'd get tired or injured or something. And so while my food is staying steady and then every once in a while bumping, causing the weight to go up, the exercise is staying steady and every once in a while sliding. Now, if you can kind of think about that, like almost in a picture way, your graph is not going to be heading in the direction you want. You're going in the opposite direction. It starts suddenly like really making sense why you're not getting what you're trying to get out of that situation, right? So with the bracelet, it sort of like does the opposite effect. We're staying at a steady that does keep us at a steady to a decline, you know, because I am still on the over side. We're still testing, so hopefully when we get down to the bottom, we're still okay, and it just kind of maintains. I can work on different methods for maintaining, but as of right now, we're just happy with how things are going. But, you know, it's sort of like, it keeps it all under control. It lets me know what's going on, and it keeps me out of this mindset like I'm trying really hard, and it's like this like hamster wheel that just like eventually you just get exhausted. I really haven't been working out nearly as much. I've been eating less restricted than I have in like at least 6 or 7 months, and nothing I was doing before I was actually working. I mean, I was jogging 4 miles a day and not getting the results I'm getting from this. I am still working on doing the calisthenics, so just really busy with doing things like that, but kind of on the lazy side. Like I'm probably doing like less than 5 minutes of calisthenics a day, so I'll be getting onto that a little bit more. And I got one of these little gua sha massager things, so I'm going to try to use that for my neck massages to help with well, I notice if you're working out but you're not focusing on posture in different ways, it can really mess with you. And I've got like a lot of neck damage, so I've been like laying back and doing all these neck massages on the bed and stuff like that. I don't recommend getting those. I got one of these like cupping suction things. These are also like really good feeling. I don't recommend using them on your neck, and there's a reason for that. It's suction and it feels really good, like it's getting those deep muscles in your neck, and then it looks like you went on a little frisky vacation after you're done. There was like bruises all up and down my neck when I was done with that. So I don't recommend using this on the neck. I do recommend using this on the neck. Apparently it's a little bit more sensitive there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. Everything seems to be going great. I also ordered all the supplies for the new bracelets, so I'm waiting for some new charms and some new clips because we're getting ready to hand them out for testing. I've got several people who want to lose weight, and so far one person who's an undereater who wants to use it to make sure that she, you know, can keep weight, maintain weight. So we're finally getting to test that aspect of it with people who don't have eating disorders. They're just like happen to eat less or happen to eat more, you know what I mean? So we're trying it on people who are not at a risk of turning into an eating disorder, people who are able to see if it's not working for them and just drop the whole thing and move to more conventional methods. But actually, you know, even the AI models are changing their minds about the program. They went from being very skeptical, very strict, saying it's too strict, it's too modeled. And I mean, honestly, I don't know how, when we've got people out there that are weighing every single portion of every single meal so they get as macroed out as possible. To me, that's a lot more math than counting to 22 every day. For me, that's a lot less mental workload for me, and I can just kind of focus on other things, which helps reduce the food noise. So on with the studies. I hope everything's going well for you, and please remember, take care of yourselves. Cheers.